Today's video, I'm going to be talking about my diet. I was recently diagnosed with IBS. I've had it for at least 5 years, but finally got my formal diagnosis, and I'm saying fuck it. Fuck it to food. A rather bold statement, I know, but I'm just so fed up of food controlling my life. From having an eating disorder years ago and restricting my food to now, as a result, I believe, now having IBS, which is horrible. But there's nothing I can do about it. You can't cure it, you can just manage it. So here is how I'm going to be managing it. I've been doing my research and I have learned about a diet called FODMAP, F-O-D-M-A-P, and it's about learning about the food groups and how they affect you and your body. Foods like, I don't know, there are some websites that say potatoes are good. There's some websites that say potatoes are bad. Especially like the skin of the potato, apparently. One thing I have learned so far, that brown bread is bad. I thought I normally have tiger bread for breakfast, but I've now learned that it's probably healthier to have tiger bread than it is to have brown bread because it's got so much fibre, especially if it's seeded. Nah, it's just a no-go. So I am turning my diet around, and that includes introducing more fresh fruits and vegetables. Bananas are now a massive go-to for mine, especially if I want a snack. So I am currently loving having bananas. I do have a bit of Biscoff on the side for them, so it's classed as like a sweet treat because I gave up chocolate for Lent. You may see something slightly contradicting on what I've just bought in a shop, but I've given up chocolate for Lent, so I'm not having chocolate. And the foods like sweet treats that I would normally like, I can't really have because it affects me. So I am trying out the recommended foods and I'm gonna let you know how it goes, kind of thing. Peppermint tea is something that I was trying the other week. I did absolutely hate it, but I'm gonna kind of try and make myself like it. It may help. I know you can literally just get water from a tap, but there's something about my tap that makes my water taste really odd. So because I drink so much squash all the time, I'm now gonna cut squash out because it's got the artificial sugars and try drinking water more. Carrots are apparently a really good food for helping, so I've stocked up my food. When I say good for you, I don't necessarily mean carrots are healthy and they're good for you. I mean that with the foods in this video that I do say are good, there are different ranges of FODMAP. We've got high FODMAP and low FODMAP, and the way that the first part of the diet works is that you start on low FODMAP foods and then slowly introduce high FODMAP foods and then kind of test to see which ones affect you. So when I say carrots are good, I mean that they're low FODMAP and are considered good kind of starter foods. Tomatoes are a bit of a controversial one for me because my diet has got a lot of tomatoes in, and I can kind of have positives and negatives, and it's generally not tomatoes that kind of affect me. So I've got some tomatoes because I'm making a Mexican this weekend. Rice, when it comes down to rice, I saw that brown rice is definitely not recommended, but I really enjoy this Mexican rice, so I'm gonna see how that goes. It does taste really nice. I'm kind of okay after it normally, but that's the thing. IBS is just so unpredictable. There are foods that can trigger you some days, and there are foods that you can just eat some days and just be absolutely fine. Peppers were on the list of recommended for like bell peppers and that. Cucumber was also on the list for being a positive food. Porridge. I used to have porridge all the time years ago, and I kind of went off it a bit. So I've been having Weetabix at the moment, but I think because it's so high in fibre, it's kind of stirring up my stomach. So I'm going to try having porridge again, and with my bananas, like have banana porridge. I've got a seasoning mix just for the Mexican that I'm going to be cooking, and then an onion. Onions are on the list for absolutely no go, don't do it. But I think using it as I will in a Mexican, I'll chop it up into small pieces. It's not like I'm eating an entire onion because it will be split between people. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. We didn't really read much about food with like crisps and that, and like wheat is meant to be like a no-go. Some people say to go gluten-free, so I really enjoy these crisps and they fill me up, so these are good go-to for me at the moment. And plain chocolate or dark chocolate was actually recommended on the list, and I'm not a great massive dark chocolate fan. Like there are some foods like peanuts I don't technically like unless it's in Reese's, so I don't know. I don't want to kind of be really restricted with this because I have been restrictive in the past, but I want to kind of choose foods that can be good for me. Like fermented milk, like milk with bacteria in, was meant to be really good, and I went shopping and they didn't have any today, but cheddar cheese is something that was on the good recommended list, and because of my history, I've avoided cheese as like an add-on to things for years, but today for lunch I had pasta and cheese and it was bloody delicious. It was really, really good, and I was really proud of myself for just trying new things. Like, I really enjoyed that pasta because it's something that I haven't had for a while, and ketchup is normally something that I have all the time. And then reading about tomatoes not meant to be being good, I'm gonna have to kind of widen my diet more, but not kind of stir myself up, because I don't really like change. Also, these I would absolutely recommend. Buscopan. You're meant to take it 3 to 4 times a day, depending on how bad the pain is, and it's meant to help with like bloating and cramping and all that kind of thing. And that's why I've looked into the peppermint tea. Bloating is a massive side effect that I get, and it really affects my self-esteem, truth be told. I have been wearing more baggy jumpers and baggy tops underneath and like leggings, and today I got dressed up because I had a uni call, which I'm actually going to do another video on that because I'm really excited about this new project that we've got. But ugh. Ow. But it's been hurting physically with my stomach, but mentally I've just been really drained with it, and I'm really not comfortable with my body genuinely, and being bloated and feeling quite uncomfortable with my weight and all that kind of stuff just kind of adds up, and it's not great. So I don't know, I want to make a positive change with this diet, and I want to honestly give it a go, because I still want to be able to enjoy foods that I like. I like having pizza and that, but I think in moderation I'll be fine. Doing my makeup gives me a higher self-esteem. Like, I feel a lot better today than I would if I was stood here without any makeup on. My skin is awful at the moment. I've got dry skin and eczema everywhere, and I woke up this morning with like not like a rash, but just like discoloration on my forehead, and I just felt awful. So I did my makeup. It's quite a minimal makeup look, and I'm trying out a new foundation that I've got, and I felt really good, and I do. And I've got jeans on. I have a figure underneath this. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at the moment. And if this is something that you're interested in, or if this IBS is something that you're struggling with, I don't know, the whole point of my YouTube channel is I want to bring a smile to people's faces, and I want to be able to help people. And if me posting a video about my horrible battles, about my stomach that plays up, is a thing that people find helps them, then all the better for it. And I will also leave my Instagram in the description should you want to message me and just kind of have a natter about it. Like, I've joined a Facebook group to do with IBS, and I never felt so alone before I had this diagnosis, and I didn't know many people that had it, and I just felt really crappy about it, because it's easy to say my stomach's playing up. I'd be stuck in the toilet for the last hour, and people would be like, oh, just, you know, get a grip or get over it. And to meet people who have got the same problem as me, obviously we have it all in different ways. There are so many different types of IBS, from like diarrhea, constipation, all sorts. But to have people that know what you're going through and talk to them has been such a huge help. So if I can be there for you, then all the better for it. I will keep you up to track with this kind of journey that I'm going on, but that sounded slightly cringy. But I want to live my life. I want to get out and about, you know. I go to work and I don't let it hold me back. I'm doing a bloody degree, for God's sake. Stress for me does cause me to flare up more, but I'm just trying to manage it. Also, having a very cute hot water bottle for those days where you're in a pain is bloody good. So that's my kind of Alice life update kind of thing. And hopefully by the end of this year I will see some progress. Exercise is also a thing that's meant to be recommended, but my exercise is walking to the fridge and getting a snack. So I don't know, I might be a gym gal by the end of this year. You never know. Okay, I'm going now.